welcome back to my channel. It's Atoylava here, sharing skincare videos, lifestyle and self-care with you. So you guys, in today's video I will be talking about emotionally trauma, past wounds and poor mindsets. I'm here to help you actually get past that and start living a better life, just to help you so you can move on. The first things we'll be talking about, there's 4 steps in this video that will be awareness and understanding, compassion, forgiveness and learning from all what I'll be talking today. So keep on watching and stay tuned. The first thing what I said was awareness and understanding. The thing is, a lot of people are not aware that they have a past trauma or past wounds that are still open. You know, maybe there's a scab over it or a little bit of skin, but certain situation really bust open back up those wounds and those past traumas. So you have to really get over it for you to live a better life. And I know what I'm talking about because I've been there too, as well as myself. Let me give you an example. Why don't you sit down for a moment and think about like what past trauma you can remember as a teen, a young adult, or actually as a child. If you could remember it and it still affects you that much, then you haven't healed already from those past wounds or those trauma. There are many situations going on in your life, so you can actually pass that and know how to deal with it so that it would not affect further situations or further relationships within you. What you have to also do, be vulnerable with yourself and be honest with yourself. You cannot be like, oh yeah, that happened way long ago and it don't affect me. But then when situations do come up, it really does affect you and you haven't healed from it as yet. So being honest with yourself and being vulnerable can be very important for you. And I know what I've been there also too as well. I had past trauma as a child, also as a teenager, but I actually healed from as a young adult. I healed from all those past wounds and I am actually working on it. So after you are aware of it, now that you're an adult and you're older and you can actually comfort yourself and you are vulnerable and honest with yourself about the situations what happened, learn to understand, why did this happen to me? Why does it affect me that much? Just like write down these questions, or you can actually go to a therapist, sit down and talk. There is nothing wrong going therapy, especially in the Black community. Yes, I am a Black woman, and growing up that was always like, oh, if you go to therapy that means you're crazy. Why are you doing white people stuff? That was the quote what I used to get very often. But when I was a young adult in my early 20s, I took it upon me to actually go to therapy and actually talk about my past traumas and my past wounds what are open, and it actually really does help you. If you have your family, you have your friends, maybe you have your partner who you can talk to about it, but besides that, put them aside and actually talk to somebody who is new for you, you know, like a therapist, a licensed therapist. Because some people out here be faking it like, oh yeah, I'm a therapist and whatsoever, but that is actually not true. You know, and they be messing with people's mental and stuff, and mental awareness and mental health is very important. For example, I would say also in the Black community, it is important that we start talking about mental awareness more, about anxiety and depression. People don't do it because they are not aware of it, or they are ashamed what their family or friends would think about them for them going to therapy and talking about trauma. Like they'll be like, what kind of trauma you have? What kind of depression you have? Black people don't have depression. Yes, they do. Everybody's human. Everybody could have depression. Everybody could have anxiety. It's just the way how you handle this trauma, these wounds, and then everything. So like I said, understanding where it comes from, like how could I deal with that now that I'm older, like understand like why this happened to me, and now that you can comfort this person, like why did you do this, or why did you talk to me like that way? Sit down and talk to the person exactly about it. Then you will know what is really going on. And now we are coming to the second part of this video, and it's actually compassion. The thing is, now that you're older, ask yourself, what would I tell my younger self, or what would you say to your younger self for that person to actually heal from it? Everybody has an inner child, and you have to take care of that inner child. You have to love it, you have to protect it, you have to make sure that its mental state is very aware and everything is okay with that have compassion for the person who did that trauma onto you. Some people, it would take very, very long. Do it on your time. No forcing, no nothing. Do it on your time. But if you're not ready to have compassion with that person, it's totally okay not to have compassion with them. But eventually, for you to actually heal and heal for yourself first, heal for you first, and also heal for them. So have compassion with them. Maybe they were also going through some kind of hurt, some kind of trauma, that they actually did that to you or talked to you that way or project that hurt onto you, so they can feel better about themselves. That I would say definitely some people are like that, because hurt and hurt don't actually make right, you know. So everybody have to come together, talk about it, have compassion about it, and then you will see exactly what happens when you have compassion for them or for the situation. The third part now is very, very important, and this one I would actually say is very, very difficult for a lot of people, is forgiveness. Forgiving somebody and passing on from it is very difficult for a lot of people. Even it was difficult for me. Nowadays, I forgive people that, you know the saying, I forgive but I don't forget. Everybody knows that saying. And let me tell you this, you can forgive. You don't have to forget, but you can forgive. And why forgive is for you to move on. Not for them, for you to move on. Doesn't matter if your partner cheated on you, they lied to you, they abuse you mentally, you have depression, you have anxiety. Be aware of the situation. Is, you know what, I am not the only person who is going through things in life. Other people might go through worse than me, and I have to forgive myself for me to move on, to live a better, happier life for me. And that is very true. I've seen so many women and men been hurt from past traumas, or they still have cut open wounds and limiting their poor mindset, and that is very, very bad. You know, their mindset is like, why should I give this person another chance, or this person did this to me, I have to get back at them, I have to prove to them that I can abuse them more than how they did that to me. That is a very low, poor mindset. Do not stick on that mindset. It will not bring you anywhere near from forgiveness at all. So what I'm saying is, at that point, forgiveness can take time. Work on it step by step, you know. Start like I said, taking the awareness from it and understanding from it, and then have compassion for it, and then you can actually forgive them. Once you start slowly forgiving, you will see how your confidence, how you feel, how you can deal with situations by forgiving people makes a huge impact on everything. And the last but not least of this section here, the fourth one, is actually learning. Learn from the situation, learn from the past wounds or trauma, what happened to you, and speak about it. There were certain situations in my life a lot of people did not know about, what happened to me, or what I was going through in my life, even my parents or whatsoever, because most of the time the trauma starts always with the parents. And back in the days, I would say, if you're a 90s kid like me, then you will understand where I'm coming from, because your parents don't really understand the feelings, the things what they're going through, because they were never taught that way. So you have to learn from the situation. We are a new generation, we are a different type of generation. We are the ones who have to make a change. So making a change and learning from the situation would definitely help you to move on and live a better life. What else to do is actually grow outside of your comfort zone. Actually really help you, because you are learning to grow, to be a better, stronger person, and know how to, like, you know what, I am better than this. I am going to be learning from this situation. And one thing, a lot of people do not like to take accountability for your wrong. If you can admit, yes, I am wrong, I did this, I did that, I was not that kind of person. Taking accountability actually proves that you are improving yourself and you are learning from your situation. So one thing is definitely take accountability. What a lot of days modern women do not do also as men. They do not take accountability. Well, I did this guy wrong. Well, he did this to me and he has so many baby mamas and whatsoever. But what are you doing on the other hand? As a woman, you're actually putting also trauma on him. You know, as the same way goes around, vice versa. Same way goes around, and it don't make any sense that you actually do that. I'm going to put in a bonus here, and it's actually transform. After you've been all the awareness, the understanding, the compassion, the forgiveness, and the learning, is transform. Live your life for you. Transform all this. Life is not bad. Life is actually something wonderful and great. Do not like push yourself into more and more trauma and more hurt. Be very vulnerable about it and transform your life to better. You can actually, after you've been all through that, you can transform to a better person, or you can transform actually to the person even self worse than before how you've been with that trauma. Take your trauma, do transform in everything what you want to become. I want to become a better person at speech. I want to have better communication and those things. I will better myself with dating men. The choice of men that I'm picking, I'm going to be better at it. The choice of women who comes around me is better. I'm not going to take no gold digger, no women who her intentions is not like to go in a relationship, build something or whatsoever. If you do not want that, that is also transforming your life by setting boundaries. Setting boundaries is very, very important, and that is one thing I would definitely say. Have your boundaries, transform your life to a better, and you will see how happy and graceful you are. So you guys, that is actually what I wanted to share with you guys in today's video. If you like this video, don't forget to comment down below, give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next video. Love you guys, stay tuned, and bye bye.